Hey guys, welcome to Natalie Clary's YouTube channel, the educational channel for all things love, dating, and relationships, where I help women understand how men think and what real men want. Whether you're navigating the dating scene, working on self-love, or looking to establish healthy, meaningful connections, you're definitely at the right place. I share respectable dating advice, winning dating advice, result-driven dating advice. Unfortunately, all women are not ready for this level of dating advice because this is mature dating advice. This is smart dating advice for smart women. Nevertheless, I welcome you guys, and if you're returning, welcome back. Now let's dive right into it. First of all, I want to say happy Friday. I hope each and every one of you had an amazing week. Today is Friday, the end of the week. So with that being said, I hope you guys really had a great week. Also, I want to talk about, because anytime I post, especially those posts that gets a lot of attention, okay? So, when a post gets a lot of attention, a lot of comments come with it, right? Which is perfectly okay. I love you guys comment. So when I get a chance to just relax, I like to go through the comments and I read some of you guys' comments because I want to see where your head at, how you're thinking, what is your comment about this post, what is your outlook about the post, and just really getting a sense of if you're understanding the post or if you're just responding just to respond, all right? But one of the comments that stands out that I want to, well, it's not just one of them, I have several people for the most part, that I want to respond to quickly. Now, I have several people that have been in my comment and say, it's not about the post, it's the delivery of her post, the aggression in her post. Now, let me say this, all right, just so that we're understanding each other, okay, and just so that we're clear, all right? The delivery is not going to change. That's number one, all right? It's not going to change, okay? So if my posts trigger you to the point that you have to say, oh, her delivery is too much, all right? First of all, the reason the post is triggering you is because you need healing, all right? You need to go heal, all right? Once you heal, my post will not trigger you, all right? But when you're not healed, all right, when you're being taught and you're being educated and you're being provided knowledge, which means that no one in your circle have ever provided you this type of knowledge, okay, or education, you're triggered, all right? And usually when people are triggered, that means because they're not healed, all right? So what I would advise you to do, okay, go heal, all right? Then once you heal, you will be able to appreciate my messages and my content, all right? But if you're not healed, you're going to be offended all the time, okay? Because if you've been following me for quite some time, or even if you're new here, one thing about Natalie Clarice, we don't sugarcoat over here, all right? I'm going to give it to you raw, all right? 100% truth, whether you like it or not, all right? I'm going to make sure that you receive it 100% truth, all right? This is not a platform that I am going to sugarcoat things or be careful, about saying things because I don't want to hurt your little feelings, all right? If your feelings are that hurt or you're just that timid, as I said earlier, go heal, all right? You will see. Once you heal that part of you, all right, you will embrace my content and be like, oh my God, I love it. Oh my God, this is so good. Oh my God. That's how you'll be, all right? But just know, my content is not designed to cater to your insecurities, all right? Not at all right? So I just wanted to speak on that a little bit, all right? Simply because I've had several people say, oh, her delivery, and she's aggressive, and she's this, and she's that. No, you need healing. That's what the problem is, all right? Don't try to throw your issues off on Natalie Clarice because I ain't having it, all right? Go heal, all right? So that you can take this knowledge and apply it where needed in your life, okay? Because it's obvious that there is no one in your circle providing you this level of education. So you just round here in a space in life, in a position in life where you're not educated in certain areas. So that when people provide you education, all right, education that is designed to help you be better at dating, or designed to help you in your relationships, or designed to help you be a better woman, is triggering you, all right? Because you have been operating in such low level, low function, low dysfunction for so long that this education is really, really bothering you, all right? So again, the knowledge is not going to change, all right? The education is not going to change, okay? My delivery is not going to change. My aggression, if that's what you call it, is not going to change. It's who Natalie Clarice is. It's who I am. It's my brand. It's what I do, all right? Now, also, you do have options. That's another thing. I want to say that too, all right? There are so many people on this platform, on these platforms, social media platforms, that are giving relationship advice, dating advice, love advice. I mean, oh my God, it's like overkill, the number of people that is on these platforms giving this dating advice, all right? Everybody have their own style, their own technique, the way that they present. You know, everybody have their own image and how they deliver their content, all right? So, you know, like I like to tell people all the time, if my content is too much for you, or it's too aggressive, or it's too harsh, you need to go find that platform that relates to what you're looking for, all right? Because Natalie Clarice will not be making any adjustments to her content, okay? So I just wanted to, you know, share that because, you know, I see, you know, several comments like that. And, you know, me, the woman I am, you know, I just think that sometimes certain comments needs to be addressed. Really, they do. And that's one of them that I really, really wanted to address as a whole. I didn't want to reply to one comment. I just wanted to address it as a whole, all right? So I just want you to know that there are options, and there are many, many people on these platforms that are giving relationship advice, love advice, dating advice. And you just have to find the expert that feels good to your soul and into your spirit, all right? Hey, because like I say, I tell people all the time, I'm not for everyone. Really, I'm not. I'm not for everyone, okay? Who is here following me, you're supposed to be here. If you know, can accept my content and appreciate my content and understand my content, that's who I want here. I want you here, okay? But if you're one that's round here, timid, offended, triggered, anything someone says, oh my gosh, she's her delivery. This is not for you, honey. This is not for you, okay? So my advice to you, my love, is go find the relationship expert that feels good to your soul, all right? Very, very important. I want you to be happy, all right? It's all about your happiness, okay? So find the content creator that feels good to your spirit, all right? You can't be around here following people and they don't feel good to your spirit. That's not good, all right? So be smart. Go find that content creator that feels good to you. All right, so now that I got that out the way, let's dive into it, all right? So today I want to talk about men who are red flags, all right? You have to know what type of men are red flags, all right? Very, very important. It will really, really help you out while you're dating and, you know, meeting men, all right? Certain characters that men portray, all right, in the beginning or even when you guys are actually dating, excuse me, those are red flags, all right, that needs to be dealt with. Like, for example, the first red flag, a man who wants you to chase him, all right? A man who wants you to chase him. Now, first of all, before I answer that, all right, let me say this. Men are wired to chase, all right? They're wired to pursue. That's the way God created them, okay? God created men to be the pursuer, the aggressor, the chaser, okay? That's what men are created to do. That's just the way God made them, all right? So if you find yourself with a guy and you're noticing that you are the one chasing him, okay? You need to leave that situation alone, all right? Because he's supposed to be chasing you, all right? And when I say chase, now let me talk about that a little bit, because sometimes you guys get that a little twisted as well too, all right? Now, when I say chase you, I'm not talking about just chase you, okay? This man is trying to show you some interest, and you just constantly giving him the, like, I don't care, I don't want you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, I can see you doing that with the man that you possibly do not like, all right? And you're just like, okay, I'm not really interested. And even in that situation, if you come across a guy and you're really not interested in him, and you see that he is pursuing you and pursuing you and pursuing you, the mature thing to do is to let him know, hey, you know what, I think you're a nice guy, but I'm just not interested, okay? Don't just have a person chasing you. Now, once you tell him that and he continues to chase you, now that's on him, all right? But if you are in a situation and this guy is trying to, get with you, and you're really not interested, just be a lady about it and let him know, I'm just not interested, okay? Going back to the question, a man who wants you to chase him. First of all, like I say, that's not the way God created men, all right? So if you find yourself chasing a guy, the first reason you're chasing him is, first and foremost, he's not interested in you, all right? No man that is interested in you will have you chasing him, okay? So if you're with a guy and you find yourself just doing everything, chasing him and calling him and texting him and always trying to plan something, and he's never doing any of that, that's not normal. That's abnormal, okay? Men are chasers. And then once a man really likes you and he likes you, you will see he will chase you, all right? So I repeat, you do not have to chase a man, all right? If there is any interest on that man's behalf when it comes to you, he will be the one that is chasing you. So I repeat, if you find yourself chasing a guy, you need to leave that situation alone, because he's not interested into you on that level, all right? I repeat, it's not normal for a man to have a woman chasing him, all right? When a man is interested in you, trust me, he will be the one being the pursuer, the aggressor, the chaser, okay? Because he wants you to know that he really likes you, all right? So any women out there who are with men and you find yourself chasing that man, I'm telling you right now to stop, all right? That is a clear sign he's not interested, okay? I repeat, men do not have a woman chasing them who they really like, all right? Think about that. Think about that. A man do not have a woman chasing him who he really likes. So again, if you're in a situation with a guy and you find yourself chasing this guy, I need you to stop right now, okay? That's not a mutually beneficial situation, all right? That's very one-sided. One-sided relationships never work, all right? Not only that, you do not want to be in a situation where you're the one that's doing all the chasing and he can take it or leave it, all right? He has to meet you halfway in order for that relationship to work, all right? And like I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, it is important that a man like you more than you like him in order for it to work. Now, you could take that however you want to take it, all right? Because you have so many people who have opinions when I say that. I'm going to say it again. I stand firmly on it. A man needs to like you more than you like him in order for that relationship to work, all right? Because when a man likes you more, all right, the sky is to the limit in what he will do for you, all right? And the sky is the limit and how he will work to make you happy, all right? Super important. Next, a man that does not keep his word. I've talked about this some time ago, all right? You do not need to entertain any man who does not keep his word, all right? It is nothing more ugly than a man telling you, hey, we go do this on Friday, or I'm going to come through on Thursday, and none of it means nothing, all right? You never involve yourself with a guy who does not keep his word, all right? One thing you do not okay, a man telling you something and don't come through, all right? That warrants don't call me no more. I'm not interested, all right? Because first and foremost, a grown man should not be doing that, okay? So when you find a guy that do things like that to you, first of all, he has character issues, all right? Because real men don't do that. Even if they don't like you, all right? They still would not do that, okay? They would just tell you up front, I'm not interested. I can't promise you that. We'll see what happened. But they're just not going to blatantly tell you, hey, I'll be over there Saturday. So what time do you want me to come? And then don't show up. Or, hey, Sunday I was thinking we could go to a movie. And then don't come through, all right? And then call you the following day as though everything is okay. No, you don't entertain men like that, all right? Remember, guys, this is all about dating with intentions, okay? So when you seek certain characters, all right, in a man, that's not your invitation to go harder for that man, all right? That is a sign for you to step back, all right, and be like, I don't think I'm interested in that, all right? Because remember, when you give a person a okay card to stand you up or to ghost you, they will be ghosting you and standing you up from now on, okay? So you have to nip that in the bud immediately, all right? I don't care how small it is, okay? If that man tells you something, he stands firmly on it and he needs to make sure it happens, all right? Never okay a man telling you something and he does not come through, okay? Never okay that, all right? Because you're opening up a can of worms when you are entertaining men like that, all right? First and foremost, like I said before, that's a character issue, all right? Now, the first time it happens, you look at it as a warning, but you don't let it slide, all right? The very first time it happens, it's a warning sign for you. However, you address it. You come back and you say to him, hey, what happened Thursday? You told me that you were going to come by and I didn't hear from you. So what happened? And whatever he says to you, you come back and say, you couldn't text me that? You couldn't call me and tell me that? That there, I will not accept. Okay? Now, if you want to get rid of me quick, fast, and in a hurry, do that again. I will never talk to you again. All right? You have to be upfront just like that, all right? Because what you're doing, you're setting boundaries, okay? So I repeat, whenever a man says something to you, all right, or promise you something, or, tell you that he's going to do something, all right? It is very important that he come through with whatever it is that he told you, all right? Now, if he says something to you and you witness that he does not come through, but what he told you, it's time for you to take 2 steps back, all right? However, you will address it, okay? And then you would observe moving on, all right? And if he do it again, you know that's not your guy, okay? It is nothing more unattractive than a man telling you something and he does not come through with what he said to you, all right? That is very unattractive. That is no excuse for that, and you will not accept that, okay? Because again, if you accept that, you're going to have to accept a lot more, all right? So again, everything is about setting boundaries, all right? In the beginning, okay? A man who has unprotected sex with you, all right? Now, let me talk about this a little bit because this is super, super important, all right? You and a guy, just say, for instance, you guys been dating, let's say 2 months, all right? And this is you all's very first time going there, all right? This is your very first time, being intimate, all right? And he's just okay. Not using a condom or anything, no protection, nothing. He's just okay with going in you raw, okay? Be careful with that, all right? Because that means that's what he does, all right? He goes in everybody raw, all right? Because any man who has any self-love for themselves in today's world just do not do that, all right? They don't just go in raw in women today, all right? There is too much going on out here with these women, all right? You have too many women who are very loose, all right? They're sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry, okay? And then there they go, they come over to you and do the same thing, trying to lay up with you with unprotected, all right? So whenever you see a man that is not even speaking about no kind of contraceptives and no kind of, being protected when you're, being intimate and things like that. He just okay with coming in you, raw. Be careful, all right? Because again, that's what he do, all right? And one thing you do not want to take lightly is your health and well-being, okay? Because again, nobody cares about you like you, all right? So when you see a man that is okay with just having unprotected sex with you, all right, just, okay, let's do it, all right? That's not a good sign, okay? That's a very big red flag, because that's the man who lay up with everybody unprotected, all right? Now, there will be a time that you guys will, get to a place where you're not, using protection anymore. Yeah, it will get to that place, all right? But definitely not in the beginning, all right? You still don't know who this man is. You don't know what he's doing. Although you guys supposed to be in a committed relationship, it's still very early on, okay? So again, you need to make sure that you practice using safe sex, all right? That you practice safe sex, Practice safe sex, very, very important, all right? Do not just let men come up in you just because. I don't care how heated it may be. Stop and say, oh, you got your protection? Oh, okay, because you got to have protection. No, we are not doing anything without protection, all right? And what you're doing right there, you letting him know, we're not that comfortable yet, all right? So I repeat, be smart, all right? Be smart and just know that is a red flag when a man is okay coming, having sex with you unprotected, all right? Asking you for money, okay? I talked about this too in the past. A man who is okay with asking you for money. Now, one thing about a real man, all right? Let me say this. One thing about a real man, he will never ask a woman for money, all right? A man is going to do what he got to do to make his money, okay? Period, all right? Not only that, the man in him will not allow him to ask you for money. Okay? So when you see a man that is comfortable with saying, hey, you got a couple of dollars I could borrow. Hey, you got $200 you could, let me hold. Hey, you got $500 you could let me hold. You need to cut him off quick, fast, in a hurry, all right? He is a user, all right? Real men do not ask women for money, all right? So if you're seeing a guy and you notice that he is okay with asking you for money, you need to definitely cut him off, all right? And understand what kind of man he is. Because a real man would never ask a woman for money, all right? Especially you guys are just dating or in the dating stage. No, he would never ask you for money, okay? So when you find yourself in a position, all right, you and this guy, maybe you guys just started dating, or maybe you're in the early stages of dating, and he comes to you asking you for a couple of dollars and can I borrow this? That is just the beginning, all right? See, that first initial, when he comes to you asking you for money, see, that first request, okay, basically what he's doing is trying you, all right? So he's trying to see if you are a source that he can get money from, okay? And then from there, if you produce that money, you will see him be coming to you for money all the time, all right? So you do not entertain a man who is asking you for money, okay? Especially if you all are in the early stages of dating, okay? Now, let me say this. I can see if you guys have been together for a few years, okay? And you know your man is a man. I mean, he take care of you. He really, walk in those shoes as being a real man, all right? And he may be like, hey, babe, let me get $100. I'll give it back to you shortly. I just need to go do this. Okay, we understand that. But I'm talking about a man in the early stages of dating, or even you guys may not even be dating. Maybe you guys are just in the talking stages, okay? And he come to you and say, hey, can I get some money? Or hey, can I borrow a couple of dollars? That's a red flag, all right? You don't need to try to figure it out. You don't need to question it. You don't need to ponder about it. It's a red flag, all right? Which means that you need to get rid of him, all right? However, you do what you want to do, but I'm telling you, it's a red flag. And that first inquiry is really to see if you are a source for money, all right? So if you produce that money, you will see he will be coming to you for money all the time. And most likely he won't pay you back, all right? So be careful with the man asking you for money, all right? Next, being involved with the man and you notice that he could never talk to you at night. Ooh. Talking to a man, all right? And you realize he can never talk to you at night, okay? You notice the only time you guys talk is when he's in his car, when he's at work. You know, it's just always, you know, he's en route somewhere, okay? Like I said, whether he's in his car, whether he's at work, okay? And you notice you guys will talk so much during the day, right? But when he gets home, he disappeared. He's vanished. You have no more conversation with him at night. No more, all right? Why do you think that is, okay? Which I know you know, all right? Well, I'm going to tell you. Any man that cannot have nighttime conversation with you is either married or living with a woman, okay? He's in a relationship already, okay? So that excuse that he tells you, oh, man, when I get home, I be so tired. Oh, I be so busy, man. When I get home, I just want to rest, so I don't really be talking to nobody. Oh, yeah, I was going to call you, but it was a little late, you know. That is BS, okay? I repeat, he's either married or he is in a committed relationship with someone that he is living with, okay? So it's not really much to talk about with that because I repeat, any man that cannot have conversation with you, okay, during the daytime, all right, that tells you right there he is a married person. He is involved with someone, which means that he's living with someone, all right? So when you see that, you need to cut that off, okay? He's just looking for a toy that he could play with on the side, all right? So that's the position that he's trying to give you, all right? Because again, he already has someone. So if you are a woman that is seeking a relationship, all right, you do not entertain men who cannot have conversation with you at night, okay? Because he's telling on himself. Now, I'm going to say this. Even if you were to ask him, so why never hear from you at night? Most likely he's going to come up with some weird foolishness, okay? That makes absolutely no sense, all right? You do not need to believe anything he say, all right, when it comes to not having conversation with you at night, all right? You don't need to believe any of it, okay? Because I'm telling you, he's married or he's living with someone. Now, if you find yourself in a position that you mention this to him, that you never hear from him at night, then all of a sudden, he starts trying to do these calls, okay, at night to you, okay? You know that's how men are, okay? They'll start trying to do these little calls, you understand? But you could tell it's still is giving sneaky vibes, all right? People, ladies, use your discernment, all right? I repeat, you should not have to tell a man, why don't we have nighttime conversation? That is just something that automatically happens when you're in a relationship or in the talking stages with someone, all right? You guys talk in the morning, in the afternoon, lunchtime, evening, night. That's just how it is when you're talking to someone or you're in the early stages of dating someone. You guys talk all the time, okay? So again, if you notice that he is not talking to you at night, or if you notice that once you mentioned it, he's trying to now talk to you at night, again, he lived with someone or he's married. That's simple. All right? So these are the red flags that you will notice in men, okay? When these are the type of men that are red flags. That's what I'm trying to say. These are the type of men that are red flags, all right? So you have to notice these things because, again, it will save you a lot of drama in your dating life. And I'm going to repeat it again. A man who wants you to chase him. That's not normal, okay? Men do not want women to chase them, all right? Men are the ones that do the chasing. So I repeat, when you find yourself in a situation that you are chasing a man, leave it alone, because that means he's not that interested in you, okay? A man who does not keep his word. That's not good, okay? That is a huge red flag. A man tells you something and don't come through. Leave him alone and make sure he understands that's not going to work for you, all right? So I repeat, whenever a man do that to you, it is important that you address it, all right? And then once you address it, you observe if it happens again, and if it happens again, in that situation, because he have character issues, all right? A man who have sex with you early on unprotected, all right? That means that's what he do, all right? He goes around having unprotected sex, all right? That's a red flag, all right? Remember, your health is wealth, all right? A man is not in control of your health. You are. Be careful. A man who asks you for money, all right? You never want to entertain a man who asking you for money. He's looking for a source that he could utilize whenever he needs money, all right? So I repeat, a man asks you for money, tell him no and keep it moving. A man who cannot talk to you at night, that means he already is involved. He's married or he's living with someone, all right? So I repeat, those are the red flags in men, all right? So I want you to make sure that you take notes. Understand that when you see these signs in a man, those are red flags, and take the necessary actions that are needed. With that being said, again, this has been amazing. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Until the next video, be safe, and I will talk with you soon. Mwah.